MacT here, and we have Variable Cam Timing Solenoids. That's right, we have those, and we're going to go over and open one up. We have dissection of it. I laid the parts out. But first, let's take about 5 seconds break for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that like button. Alrighty then, we got that out of the way. What do you think about that little animation I made? Hey, I work hard for that. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and take these apart, so let's follow on what we're doing, and I'll show you how to take this solenoid apart and see how it works. Alrighty, first things first, I have some probes I set up, and I got these that I will touch the terminal in here and make this actuate, and I just merely get them in here and get it to move. And I use this 12-volt battery that I hook up. Now it doesn't really matter whether it's you know, how do you say it, positive or negative. We can go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and get this to actuate, and you can see how this is going to move in the plunger that we have in the piston. Now again, this is a VCT off of a twin independent cam variable timing engine 3.5 Duratec, and all I do is get this pin in here, and you can see me when I touch them. And that's as far as it moves when it actuates. So you can see that one move. Now let's try it on a different one. This one is off of a 2010 Ford Edge or something of that nature, and you notice that it's a lot longer, but it only has one VCT solenoid, and that is what controls the intake. It has nothing for the exhaust. So we'll go ahead and actuate this one. If I can get the tags in here. There we go. So you can see how that's moving there. A little bit different, but overall the same thing. Now as you can see, this is off of a 3.5 Duratec, and this is off of a Duratec, but this is a single solenoid that controls only the intake, and this one has two of these, one for the exhaust and one for the intake. So this is a 2011 on up, and this is the VCT solenoid here, and it has a twin. That's why they call it twin, because it has two VCT solenoids, one for intake and one for exhaust. So let's go ahead and open this one up and see what's actually in there. I've already removed the screens off of it, and all you have to do is just use a pocket screwdriver, something like this, and then you just pry them right out. They come right out, so it's not much of a big deal as far as getting them out. This one's a little bit different, but you know, you can just pop them out because they just jump right in there and dig them out. And that's all you really have to do to pull them out, and then just snag them, and then they come out. This one's got little plastic pieces around it, built a little bit differently, but overall it is essentially the same thing. So as you can see, then you can see inside what's going on in there. But that's all you got to do just to pop them out. You use a pick or whatever you want to use. You know, it pretty much is all you have to do to pop them out. Use this little pick or a pocket screwdriver, and then you just pry them out. Once you get them broken free, then they come right out. It's not considered a maintenance item, so you'll just have to buy new VCT solenoids and go from there. But let's see if I can get this darn thing out of here. There we go. Got it out. So really that's all it is just a small micro screen that goes over there to keep the heavy metals from getting into the pistons, and that's all there is to it. Now you all want to see how we get these off of here. These are easily broken off, by the way, when you're removing them, but there is a cap on here, and essentially what I did, and it makes it sort of hard to do, but you can put this right in here like so, and then take a hammer of some type, and in this case this is a pry bar, and you just give it a few whacks, and then if you want you can turn it around because it doesn't cooperate too much. Give this other one a couple whacks. That should do it. And then this last one we'll give a whack, and it should pop off like a little medallion. At least it did last time. And you should be able to just pop it off like so. That's all you got to do. And then we can start tearing it apart. It is captive down at the bottom down here, so that makes it a little more difficult. It doesn't really want to come out. Yeah, I found that what I had to do to get this off is cut this right here, and then cut it along here with the angle grinder, which is probably what we'll go ahead and do. And then you can break it in half because it doesn't pop off very easy. So we'll go ahead and cut it right here, and then turn it around and cut the other side. I already cut the other side, so we're going to cut along here to get this to open up like a clamshell, because there is a ring in there that holds everything in. It's pressure fitted, so we're going to have to cut it open to do it. That should just about do it, I think. Yep, we can break it apart here. And this piece here will not come apart as easily. There we go. We got it. So now we can pry this one out and get this thing taken apart. If I got enough of the clamshell off of there. Who knows? Looks like I got just not quite enough. So what we'll do is clamp it down just a little bit. Hopefully I can bend it all out here. Let's see, how am I going to get this thing open? I think I'm getting there. There we go. I think I got it. There we go. We got it. So let's go ahead and get this apart. You can see the plastic. There's a metal in there. And it's got the coiled, because this is how the plunger activates back and forth with magnetic force. So it's got the coiled copper wire around this plastic piece that sends the signal through here to actuate it to make it move. So that's where the copper wire is coming from as far as what you're going to see. So I got one. I didn't cut quite open as much as that one, but this here should all come apart. Let's go ahead and check it all out. And at this end here, if you can see it, there's a little bit of a keeper right here, and I for the life of me forgot how I did that. I think I used my pick, which I did, and you just go in there and grab that, and then you lose it. I got another one on the table, but that's how you get that off of there and get it out. And then this here, we have to open up just a little bit more to get this out of here. Really tearing this all up just trying to get this out of here. There we go. And then the spring and the other collar pops out, and then this thing here should pop right out here, and then inside we have everything else that we need. And then in this piece right here we have our ball bearing set. It's got a little bit of as you can see, little fine particulate from the engine, metal, as they say. So there is some metal buildup in here, and might be why you need to change these out. But let's see how worn this is. It looks like I got a little bit of wear going on here with this, so let's clean it up and see what kind of wear we got. Clean these up just a little bit. Alrighty, now we can dry these off and get them checked out. Ooh, that's a lot of brake cleaner. Takes the paint right off the table too, don't it? Holy cow. Probably needed that anyway. Anyway, let's check out the parts and see what kind of wear we have on them. Short of me cutting through it, this doesn't have a lot of wear on it. A little discoloration on this. Interesting fact, it doesn't matter really what these are. I thought there was a difference between the black and the white ones, and it really doesn't matter. When you take them off, pay attention to what one was black and what one was white. But we found that when you put it on the other bank, it was essentially the same setup. It was like white and black and white and black. It wasn't like black is exhaust and white is intake. It wasn't set up that way from the factory, so it really didn't matter. But again, we can actually see right here, we can see that cable, that copper wiring, and it acts the plunger in and out, and that's what makes it all move. This part here that we have, not seeing anything really wear there. Nothing that we have on this one either as far as wear. It looks like a screw, but it ain't a screw. That took me for a little bit of a trip on that one. Again, this plunger right here does not have any abnormal wear that I'm seeing on it. You can see some wear, but overall, short of me grinding it a bit, it's not in any problems. Same here, except where I cut, but we're not seeing a lot of wear for 330,000 miles. This is the end cap that was on there, and again, not seeing too much. A lot of these are from me grinding on it and picking at it, but I'm not seeing any damage or anything to the valve cylinder here. And then this here, right here, I've noticed this on the other one. As you can see, we got a little bit of it's not enough to determine, but there is, I don't know if you want to say it's a rub or something. There's something there where I'm not seeing deformity. I'm not seeing anything really bad, but there is something there as far as that one. And on another one that I have, you can look and see it there too. You can see that where it doesn't looks like it's been rubbing. And these things have ball bearings in them with a little plastic cap, and that spins around. So this one has some wear to it, so it was probably a good thing that we replaced these VCTs. One thing before I forget, this little guy right here is what flew out of there. You can see it's a little C-clip, and you just catch that metal piece, and it's supposed to be flat. I bent it, but yeah, that's all it is. You just pop that out with that little pick, and it pops right out, and then it flies somewhere and you never see it again. Okay, this is the VCT, exhaust VCT, on a 330,000 mile Duratec. Now if you guys look at this, I'm going to show you something. We'll lay it right down here. Watch this. Check that out. That is coated on there. That is metal, folks. That is built up metal on the screens on this VCT. So, yep, got a lot of wear on her. You can see that nice and clear. See those metal pieces? That's right. All that is metal that came out of there. Some of it is steel, and the rest of it, the black is the steel part, and then the silvery parts are the aluminum. So I don't know if you guys can see that much, but it gives you a couple different angles on it. But all of that came out of those VCTs when I clean these screens off. All that shiny metal that you see in here. It's all sitting there. So the black part, I'm going to say, is part of the steel from the water pump, and the shinier stuff is the aluminum. There you go. Nice close-up. Nice close-up of the other one. This is why you put new VCTs in when you do your water pump. Don't skimp. You're going to have problems. Right there. See that? Can't really clean them out good. And there's probably some stuff in there that you don't want either. So, got to get rid of them. Again, when we took them off, we broke these two off on the back one because we're having a hard time prying stuff out, but you can see the copper wire that's on that plunger. So we just busted them right off because we knew we were putting new ones on, so it didn't really matter. Alright, that was the lessons learned on these VCT solenoids. There's two of them because you got twin independent cam variable timing on the 2011 Ford Edge Duratec, and one runs the exhaust, one runs the intake, and so you will have four of them. Vice the first gen that had one just running the intake. So you know, Ford decided to make it more fuel efficient, to adjust that, and they also did it to achieve a little bit better horsepower, better running, low end, high end, all this other stuff. So they did some technical advances to increase things as far as fuel mileage and horsepower in combined with it. But these things are key. That's right, they're key to your cam phasers. These make your cam phasers work. Without these, the cam phasers won't work. But whenever you do a timing job or water pump replacement, you are being, I want to say, somewhat naive not replacing these. Okay? A lot of you will go ahead and replace them, and just keep in mind, if they're full of metal from that water pump, then you got blocked pores, and there you don't have good timing, and therefore your engine won't run good. Okay? So that goes for your cam phasers too, folks. So whenever you got a water pump failure, you're going to have to look into all that to make sure that the whole system is whole. I learned a lot when I was taking it apart, and by dissecting these, I have come to the conclusion that if you got a water pump failure, you have metal everywhere. It just doesn't stay in one place. It goes throughout the oiling system and goes throughout the engine. So you got to make sure you do a good oil flush after you do this job and replace everything. And we did, I think on the 2011 that we did a total of 3 oil flushes on it. And we only ran it for 15, 20, 30 minutes and then flushed it out with new oil and a new oil filter. So we repeated that several times. And then we got it running, and now she's running sweet with all new components. But these VCTs, I can tell you that if you don't pull them off, at least check them out, clean them out at very least, you could have clogged VCTs, and that will again cause other issues down the road for you as far as how your cam phasers work and everything else. Some of you may not be doing it, and others probably had problems. This could be a contribute to issues. So you do have to pay attention to what you're doing. I am slowly working my way to the water pump. I will have that dissection video in the future, but my whole key is to show you all the different parts, the wear and everything else that we discovered in leading up to the water pump replacement. So hope you learned something from this video. Remember, like, subscribe, join MACTFORDEDGE. I'm also on MeWe and Facebook under the same name, MACTFORDEDGE. So go ahead and join up there. And also, my feet hit the floor today. I'm having a great day. I want you to have a great day too. Band of One's always got some great music, and Mercy, well, Mercy Girl, she always has something to say. And there may be a little bit of bonus footage at the end of this.
Thank you for watching MacT's videos, and remember to like and subscribe. This is a Mercy Girl production.
Man, she rumbles.